Hey guys, it's Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. I don't know if I should hold the phone this way or this way. Does it make a difference? I don't know. I'll just do it this way. But I just parked because I got home from work, and I just wanted to talk a little bit before going in. I do have hair. It's just all in this tiny little bun. So if it looks like I'm bald, I'm really not. But I was thinking about this probably for a while. I mentioned in my last getting ready video that there was kind of a personal-ish topic that I kind of wanted to start talking about, maybe to see maybe if it will help me and maybe other people and stuff, because it's kind of something that's 100% always on my mind. I had filmed a really long vlog maybe a month or two ago now. It was right after a whole bunch of stuff went down with my family back home. My mom was in the hospital, and there was a bunch of stuff going on with my sister, and she needed to go to the emergency room a couple times, and ultimately she found out that she's pregnant, which is great. But at that very moment, it sent me into a downward spiral, and I plummeted and everything, because it's just really hard to hear that. It's a complete surprise to her and everybody, but yeah, me and my husband were gonna have a baby, and it just didn't work out. So as soon as I heard that, it just brought everything back. And for a while, I guess, well, not a while, but for the last 2 years, I've been avoiding the topic, just kind of brushing it off, and trying to keep moving and keep going, because there's nothing that you can do to change it. That is ultimately what made it so that I left the Air Force, which to this day is kind of a big regret I have, because other than the job that I have now, that's the only other job that I've ever really that's made me happy, you know. All jobs are normally just jobs, whatever. But yeah, so we struck out one time with having a baby. I gained a lot of weight. I am 5'3", 5'4"-ish, and I currently weigh in at 200 pounds. It's a lot. I know I've been struggling with it for the past 2 years, 2.5 years or so. I haven't always been this big. I just started I've maintained being 200 for the last year or so, and I'm just stuck with trying to get it down. But I've been to the doctor, and I used to have tons of stomach problems. For a year and a half, I had really bad stomach problems. I couldn't figure it out. I still really don't know 100% what it is. I just avoid dairy. I avoid a lot of wheat. I just avoid a lot of stuff that seems to aggravate it. I had all these tests done, and they just couldn't find anything. And a couple, well, not a couple, the last 2 or 3 doctors I've had have suggested that I might have PCOS. And at first I was nope, no thank you, I don't want that, don't want it, no thank you, no. But let's see, rewind to April. To April, I made an appointment to go to my OBGYN to try to figure out why I'm not having periods. My periods have always been irregular since the beginning of time, ever since I got my first period when I was 14. So for the past 13 years, they've been completely irregular. So I went to the OBGYN. She's well, we need you to have a cycle, so that way we can do a bunch of tests that happen on certain days throughout your cycle to figure out what's going on. Well, that was in April. She said if I didn't get my period before the end of June, that I needed to call and make an appointment. And here we are, almost the middle of August, and I still haven't called her. I still haven't got my period either, but I'm just nervous, because I know that I need to go. She said she's gonna prescribe me like some medicine or something like to get my cycle going, and then that way we can do like all the tests and everything. But I feel like if I call the doctor, make the appointment and get the medicine, and I start my cycle and I do the test, then I'm gonna get the diagnosis that yes, like you do have like PCOS or whatever, even though they've done like ultrasounds and blood tests and stuff before, and they like still think that it is probably that. They want to like do all these other tests or whatever that they have to do. Plus, all these different tests I'm doing are for infertility, because along with like 99% like having PCOS, I also have a translocated chromosome, and I'm sure like you guys are like, what the hell is a translocated chromosome? It is when part of your chromosome, so number 1 and number 9, that's mine, that like switched. Part of that chromosome breaks off, so part of number 1 of my chromosome broke off, and part of number 9 on my chromosome broke, and then those broken pieces switched places. So when you make a baby, it's, you know, half the genes are for the mom, half the genes are for the dad. So we have my husband and I have a 50% chance of like carrying full term with a baby with that condition. Plus, if I have PCOS on top of that, it brings it like down. Well, like that's like really scary, and it's something that I like don't want to go through because I'm still in denial that I had it. Like, we got pregnant one time already, and like it was fine. I don't want to have to go through all of this and then like be super stressed about it. This is probably like all over the place. I feel like, yeah, it's all over the place. But I want to talk about it because like PCOS is pretty serious. My sister, the one who just found out she's pregnant, she is 10 years older than I am. So she's 37. So she's going to be having a baby at 37 with PCOS, and she's diabetic. So like that's crazy to think. The baby's fine and everything. I think she's at like 16 weeks or something now. But yeah, it's like really crazy. I like half want to call the doctor so that way I can get it rolling so that me and my husband can have a family, because like I've been like trying to figure out like what I want to do for like a lifelong or like a career like job, and I honestly don't know. My husband's like, well, what did you like ever want to be when you were like growing up? The only thing I ever wanted to be when I grew up was a mommy, and we have problems with making that happen. So I don't know, it's just like dooming and like dark, and like get super like depressed, and like I get like a lot of anxiety and everything like thinking about it, because it's like, oh my gosh, you know, like all these things are wrong with me. Like, what if we can't have babies? So I don't know. I think I want to start like this kind of like vloggy kind of series. I want to start doing like kind of like throughout the day kind of stuff. Ooh, I'm so oily, sorry. Like hang out with me like throughout the day kind of stuff, because we're starting to eat healthier, because my husband has a PT test like coming up pretty soon. We bought bikes and we need to start going bike riding, but it's so hot in Las Vegas. Like, it's 107 degrees right now. Like, it's just hard to go when it's dark, because then it's like late. But that, and then I want to like start going to the gym and like eating healthier and stuff. And I think if I bring you guys like along on this journey with me, it will help a lot. So I don't know if any of you guys are interested. If you are, like, leave it down below and be like, yeah girl, that totally sounds like a bitchin' idea. We should totally like do this together, because I need help. Like, I know that I need help. I need a support system. I mean, I have like a support system. Like, my husband's an amazing support system. My friends, to the extent of like my best friends, like that they know, like, hey, like I have a translocated chromosome, or like, hey, I might have PCOS, and like all that kind of stuff. Like, they're very supportive and everything. But I think if I do like follow me throughout the day kind of stuff, and maybe upload like chunks of like week-long like vlog type things, I think that's really gonna help me like stay on track. Like, I just need to hold myself more accountable, and I think like sharing this journey is definitely going to help. But yeah, I'm sorry if this was totally confusing. I should have like made notes or something, but I was like, you know what? I was thinking about it when I was driving home because I got coffee from Starbucks. I got an iced coconut milk mocha macchiato, and I started drinking this, and I was like, I wonder how many calories are in here. Like, I wonder if this is good for you. It's probably not good for you. And then I started thinking about eating healthier, and my husband, you know, sent me a message earlier that he went and he took some chicken out of the freezer and he got some healthy food and he bought some water and like all this stuff, and I'm like, oh man, and I just got that. So I was like, I want to stop and vlog this before like going inside, so that way like I'm getting the ball rolling. But yeah, leave your suggestions for me, like if you have any down below on like maybe like tips or tricks or something that you might do that like helps you stay on track with, you know, a healthier lifestyle, because ultimately I need to get healthy, and I want to get healthy, and being healthy overall just makes everything better. So if I do that, then maybe everything else will like fall into place and kind of happen more like naturally, and I don't have to do, you know, like the medicine and all that kind of chemically extra stuff, because I'm not really into that. But yeah, so leave any suggestions down below. If you want to follow me along with this journey, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in my next video, guys. Bye.